Hi, it's Erin. I want to share about an experience that happened to me today with you all because I think a lot of you will be able to relate. If you don't know me, I'm a coach, somatic coach, healer. I've been working with clients for over 14 years. I lead retreats, and I'm also a CPTSD. I don't like the word survivor, but I have had, still have CPTSD. And what is CPTSD? It's complex PTSD. It differs from PTSD in that if you have that, you have emotional flashbacks versus PTSD. Let's use an example of somebody that's been in a war and maybe, God forbid, they saw like their best friend get shot. When they flash back, they're flashing back to that scene, or maybe there was a traumatic accident and your loved one passed away. You're flashing back to that scene. Whereas an emotional flashback that is indicative of CPTSD, when you flash back, there's no visual. It's what you're actually doing is flashing back to the emotional state you felt as a child, which was helpless, weak, unable to defend yourself against people that were 5, 6, 7 times bigger than you because you were a child. So I grew up with a narcissist, an alcoholic. It was just me and my mom, and she has her own demons, and I'm still working through. Anyway, I'll get into that. That's a topic for another day. But I want to share with you something that happened this morning, that now that I'm having so much more understanding with CPTSD, it was really clear to me. So my fiance had to go to the airport, and I volunteered to take him. And we get to the airport in St. Pete, and thankfully it happened really quickly, but I immediately got a call from him. I was just about to put the car and drive away. And he's like, I'm in the wrong airport. And I'm just like, are you kidding me? So we had to drive to Tampa, and he's rushing, and I started feeling all this anxiety in my chest. Now, I have been diagnosed, I don't like labels, by the way. I don't believe in labels, but I think labels can be helpful in helping you understand the issues that you may have. But everything goes back to nervous system dysregulation. So even anxiety, I was diagnosed with anxiety disorder and CPTSD. Even anxiety, it's just nervous system dysregulation. And so is most mental health disorders, by the way. And so I'm a long time sufferer of anxiety. I know it very well, but I've really, I guess you could say, have a whole new relationship with it now because I'm so much more aware of it. I think it was just so a natural state for me that I didn't even realize it was happening. So in this moment, we're trying to get to the Tampa airport from the Pi airport. We have like less than an hour for him to catch his flight. I'm feeling all this anxiety. And I instantly remember Pete Walker saying, the 13 steps of emotional flashback, which is, I'm having a flashback, and I let myself really feel that and kind of get mad at Julie, that's my mom's name, kind of get mad at her because I remember in Pete Walker's books him saying, screw you, Charlie, which is his dad. So I kind of said, screw you, Julie, like for making me feel like I'm in trouble all the time. That was my thing as a kid, and I see how that's played out in my life in so many freaking ways. Of like this anxiety comes and it's like, oh gosh, I'm gonna get yelled at, I'm gonna get in trouble. Now it doesn't really make sense. I'm a 43-year-old woman. Like, why would I be doing that? And it's because of the CPTSD. I flash back to the helplessness, the fear, the like anxiety of my mom's mad, I'm gonna get in trouble. And then on top of it, and it wasn't even my issue. I wasn't even the one gonna get in trouble. It was my partner who was possibly going to miss his flight. But so what was also very helpful is I was able to talk this out to William. That's my fiance. We've been together a long time. He knows about all my stuff. And he just kind of put his hand on my leg. He was like driving. He was reassuring me. And I've never done this with him before, but I was just like, I'm having an emotional flashback and I'm feeling a lot of anxiety because I'm afraid I'm going to get in trouble. And what else did I say? Oh, and then like the driving thing, I've kind of had this awareness around driving. I don't really like driving with him. I think he kind of like rushes to the stop sign too quickly. Well, in this moment, I was like, and that's why I don't like the driving, because my mom would drive so erratically. She would be pissed off, angry about something. She's definitely a fight type in the 4 trauma responses. I am definitely a flight fawn, meaning when I get triggered, I want to run. I want to flee. I get anxiety and I just want to like, I got to get out of here. I got to move. I got to go faster, fast. Right? And that's part of that. I'm going to get in trouble. I need to move. I got to get going. What did I do wrong? Oh my God. So I feel like a crazy person telling this to all of you, but it is so insightful when you start having clear awareness of these patterns. It will shift everything for you. So I was able to talk all of that out to him, and like the anxiety dissipated after that. And it's just like I felt so calm afterwards. It was really interesting. And I had to just kind of like soothe myself and just like slow down, because again, after that would happen, I would probably go into a flight state and start busying myself with all kinds of tasks and like kind of be overwhelmed and all over the place. So like giving yourself time to ground after a trigger like that. And I know all of this can sound really challenging. I never used to be this way. I feel like I used to be so able to move through things so much easier. It actually gets harder when you start tapping into the trauma and focusing on it a little bit more in the moment. But I realized I was probably just in some serious coping mechanisms back then, right? So it looked good on the surface, maybe even felt good because I was used to just like moving in a panic. But the issue's always been there, and that's what you need to remember. So you're not getting worse. It can feel like that at first. It can feel like you're getting worse. And by the way, you don't have to go looking for trauma. Trauma will find you. Like, your triggers will come up. That's when you deal with them. You don't go looking back and go, oh, I gotta resurface this thing. That's gonna re-traumatize you. I don't recommend that. I just recommend if you feel triggered, that's when you work with the trigger, okay? And if you want any support on this, I work with people one-on-one. I also have a new program coming out that's called Aligned. And we're going to go deeply into, I bridge psychology, so all the psychological tools, not all of them, but a lot of them, with ancient spiritual wisdom. So I'm really a bridge between those two, and this program is going to be a very beautiful combination of those two things to really help you if you're really stuck. So I also am now a family constellation therapist, and that is super, super beneficial. And with this program, you get a one-on-one family constellation session with me. And that can help you if you're stuck in an autoimmune disorder, if you have issues with receiving, issues with being in a healthy relationship. Oh my gosh, the family constellation work is absolutely insane. If you want more information on that, let me know. If you want information on the Aligned program, let me know. I'm here to support people because I know what it's like to live with CPTSD. It's a nightmare and it's ongoing. I'm 43 years old. I've been dealing with this my whole life, and I'm just now really understanding it on like a super deep level, and I want to help support you. So message me. I hope you're having a great day, and I hope that this little story of chaos this morning brings some awareness for you.